Okay, just very briefly, I wanted to say a couple of things about the mix window. This won't be a long one. Once again, the mix window is a virtual mixing environment you'll find when you start looking at the desk, or if you're familiar with mixing desks already, that the mixing environment is designed to emulate, as far as possible, the functions of an analog mixing desk. So you've got your gain controls at the bottom here, you've got panning controls here. Obviously with the stereo track you've got two of those, and again you have independent panning control. You've got displays which show you your more precisely where you're panning to, which can be quite useful. Again, as I said in the previous video, you've got record enable controls, you've got solo and a mute. Down here obviously you've got level meters. You can have a sort of a floating window which contains the same controls should you wish to have it. I haven't personally found a use for that. I dare say that there are reasons for it being there. And then you've got an automation button for each track here. Again, I will come back to that. And then you've got input and output controls here too. Okay. So if I click on that, you can choose the interface inputs and outputs for your particular interface. So there's your interface. Buses we will come back to as well, because you might have cause to use those. So there's your inputs and there's your outputs. Up here you have you've got three panels. In fact, it may be that depending on how your ProTools system is set up, you may only find one panel of the latter two. You'll notice they're slightly different colours to differentiate them. The top panel is an inserts panel, which is where you will be applying your effects. And again, we will come back to that later. But if I click on any one of these nodules to the left-hand side of the track, then you will get a series of plug-in options which you can choose. Again, we'll go through some of these in due course anyway, but just to show you that those are there. So basically you click on one, you choose a plugin that you want, and you apply it. Unfortunately, that's one that isn't currently authorized, annoyingly. Try again. Let's try Deverb, because I know that one's with ProTools anyway. Okay, so it pops up with the plugin window. You can work with that. Again, we'll come back to plugins properly later, but that's the plugin window, and that's where you can apply effects to tracks. The next one down is a routing or auxiliaries panel. In fact, these both are. They just give you 10 auxiliaries. They used to, again, only to be one panel, so they only used to offer 5, but they now offer 10. And again, you click on one of these and it allows you to route to various different places. You can either route to outputs or you can route to a bus. Once again, we will come back to that later. But again, the whole mixer window is designed to emulate the kind of the physical mixers that you will hopefully be learning as we go on anyway.